This video contains tips for every single hero equipment in Clash of Clans regardless of your Town Hall level. We'll start with the Barbarian Puppets and work our way around each that you unlock. This includes the epic equipment. Most of these tips are going to be transferable between different Town Hall levels, so keep watching through for the most value. The Barbarian Puppets are the first equipment that you unlock for the king, and while it's not the best equipment, there is a good chance that you can use it for distraction, which can really help the king unless there is a giant bomb present. But the main way you get value from this equipment is to use it with the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome. This is nothing new, but is a viable way to use this as the barbarians are raged up and invincible for a couple seconds to do massive damage. The Rage Vial is another equipment you'll unlock early on, and this is a very good piece of equipment. It's best to use the king's ability early on when you have this on him, mainly due to the increased HP recovery, allowing your king to recover most of his HP on top of his base HP recovery. Since this ability only lasts for 10 seconds though, it's best to use this where you can get the most value, typically where you can get a large clump of buildings and defenses, so this pairs extremely well with the giant Gauntlet. The Earthquake Boots are your first unlock in the Blacksmith and have a variety of different uses, mostly allowing for wall breaking to happen, which can be done at the lowest level of level 1. The only difference is maxing this equipment drops all defenses and buildings hit to half HP regardless of how much HP they had. This equipment has an amazing synergy with the Spiky Ball, as any buildings outside of the Town Hall can be taken down in one hit by the Spiky Ball despite the low range of the Earthquake Boots. You may also want to use this in smash attacks or air spam where breaking walls can be super helpful, though these might be better at lower Town Hall levels. Up next is the Archer Puppets. This equipment is one of two defaults for the queen, but it does offer some decent stats for your queen if you plan on using a queen charge, that is. However, one issue with this equipment is that splash damage defenses or traps can still hit your queen if she's within range of your archers. So it's best to use this early before she gets too close to dying. This way you get the hero boost benefits while also keeping your queen alive. The Invisibility Vial is her second default and is one of the best survivability abilities in the game. It's best to use this as a way to keep high DPS defenses off of your queen if your queen is getting low on HP. It also can allow you to deal with certain defenses much faster thanks to the increased damage per shot. Keep in mind that she can still take damage from splash defenses, so try to not have your queen on auto ability or else she can still die through her ability. Now, the Giant Arrow is by far one of the more underrated equipment. For starters, it's great to use in air spam, such as E-Drags or Hydra. This works by sniping off 1 to 2 air defenses and possibly getting a sweeper or 2. But this can still fail if you don't properly angle it, which is why it can be pretty difficult to use. On screen, you will see what level you need the Giant Arrow to be at a minimum level to take out an air defense and sweepers. You can use the Giant Arrow to funnel in spam attacks like Root Riders, which can allow you to use the healer puppets to keep the queen alive while she funnels one side. You might also want to take the Giant Arrow in a Zapquake attack. On screen is a chart for the lightning and earthquake spells needed for most defenses in this type of, or with this equipment, and the minimum level each Town Hall can use the Giant Arrow at with the Zapquake. Last thing to point out is that you can use this, or it can be a good choice against invisibility spell towers. Due to them being so annoying for Town Hall 15 and Town Hall 16 players, this is often a good answer if you are not using your queen in a queen charge attack. But it can also just be as good as using my creator code CORRUPT, to support me and everything I do here on the channel. The Vampstache is a very useful ability that allows your king to heal back the damage he takes and also increases his attack speed. Well, all that's good, it's best used outside the base while he's funneling. Since he will take minor damage there, he can tank the damage for as long as possible. The hit speed increase doesn't really provide anything meaningful outside of more healing. However, it can be paired with either the giant gauntlet for increased survivability and sustainability at the cost of less nuke potential, or with the Spiky Ball for an increase in his healing threshold while the addition of instant damage. The Giant Gauntlet is one of 2 epics for the king. This ability offers so much, from damage reduction to splash damage, and even a small amount of self-healing to go along with that. This mainly pairs extremely well with the Rage Vial, as the nuke potential and the large amount of splash damage is very unreal. Outside of that, the main goal is to just reduce the amount of damage taken from defenses, thus it can pair really well with the Vampstache or Spiky Ball for tanking. The Spiky Ball is very similar to the Royal Champion's Seeking Shield, except it doesn't just target defenses. So one of the best ways that you can use it is to damage defenses inside the base, whether you're on the outside looking to get something, or if you're on the inside of the base and looking to smash some buildings. Keep in mind that the Spiky Ball can be paired with 2 Quakes to snipe off an Expo or even an Inferno Tower. You may also choose this if you are worried that the Tornado Trap will catch your king while his ability is active. The Eternal Tome is one of the most universal equipment in the game. It can be used with the Healing Tome, as the healing it can still exist while the troops are affected by the Eternal Tome, though this should be used early to get full benefits of both abilities. Outside of that, using this to get the blimp deeper into the base for things like Super Archer blimps are really good, or just using the Eternal Tome to protect heroes and troops will allow you to get full value out of this ability. However, with the Life Gem, this is mostly going to be used with low HP units like balloons or hog riders. This boosts their HP by quite a bit, giving them much better HP to survive more damage from defenses and traps, and even through the Town Hall bomb. You can use this with the Fireball as well if you don't have your Rage Gem upgraded, as it still offers a decent amount of extra damage for your Warden. The Rage Gem offers something different than the Life Gem. It's mainly good for attacks that use tanky troops like Super Witches or Electro Titans, which need plenty of setup but also uses less rage spells. This doesn't really work with Hydra or Air Spam due to there not being as many tanks outside of Super Dragons and Lava Hounds, and realistically, Air Spam prefers survivability over 50% more DPS. However, this equipment shines in Fireball attacks, as it's its best pairing to speed up the Warden, allowing him to have much higher DPS than normal, and can even help the healers heal him up without needing to use a rage spell. Healer puppets have a tendency to find air traps, and while that's out of your control, it can be a good idea to use balloons to look for any seeking air mines and red air bombs so they don't fall so quickly. Not only that, but this equipment is perfect to use in attacks that don't require a queen charge, such as Zapquake, Hero Dives, and even in Air Spam. If you did want to use this in a queen charge, you could pair it with the Frozen Arrow for 2 to 3 healers, allowing you to take less healers and bring more support, funneling, or main DPS troops. The Frozen Arrow is a very strong equipment with the benefit of being able to 1v1 most defenses, including single Infernos and Monoliths, without even needing spells. Of course, you will still want to bring spells for defenses beyond those buildings, as there will be more firing at your queen. If you do pair this with the Invisibility Vial, try to use her ability a little bit earlier, as you won't really receive as much healing from this equipment set, which allows you to prevent her untimely death at the hands of auto ability. You may want to consider using healer puppets instead with this one in order to use it in a queen charge, like I said earlier, or set a funnel on her own in spams such as Root Riders. The Royal Gem is a pretty simple equipment for the Royal Champion. It offers her nice healing with an increase in DPS and HP. It's best to use this when the RC is getting low on HP and you need to keep her alive for that little bit longer. The Seeking Shield is also pretty simple, as it's an all damage focused ability. This paired with the Royal Gem gives you the best of both healing and damage, despite it targeting only 4 buildings. You should still use this early to weaken or take out defenses while healing up quite a bit with the Royal Gem. Now, the Healing Tome is one of the best equipment in the game, and for good reason. Its ability to heal is crazy good, along with the fact that it can be paired with the Eternal Tome for extra comfort. Using the Warren's ability early lets your healing tome last for most of the attack, and gives you the full benefits of its healing. It's an ability that is super useful for most attacks like Root Riders, Lavaloon, or even Hybrid, but of course, it's also just as good to subscribe and ring the bell for more high quality content like this. But we need to seriously talk about the Fireball now, as it's one of the strongest equipment in the game, let alone very fun. While not many attacks can use it, those attacks that work with it are really difficult to stop, like Super Witches, Rocket Loons, and even a massive Hero Dive. The Fireball has the added benefit of being able to manipulate its targeting, so using invisibility spells are one of the best ways to get the most out of your Fireball. When you're trying to find a target, look for the Town Hall and other defenses. It all depends if the value that you want to remove is away from the Town Hall or not. You might want to even consider removing the CC in the process with 1 or 2 Earthquake spells. This is going to depend on the level, which should be around level 18 before you get started with it. I have a full guide on Fireball if you're interested here in the top right corner. The Hog Puppets are one of the best puppet equipment in the game, as they offer healing, which is pretty good, along with Hog Rider spawns that can take at the very least a couple hits to take down. Plus, the RC becomes invisible for 1 second, making it a forced retarget. This makes it incredibly powerful already on its own, but has amazing synergy with the Royal Gem for extra life, Seeking Shield for instant damage and survivability with the Hogs, or even with the Haste Vial, as its speed and damage output is unmatched. And speaking of the Haste Vial, this is a really good piece of equipment that you can use in almost any situation. It offers unmatched speed, which is great for the Royal Champion, who needs the attack and movement speed increase to be very much effective. Since it lasts for so long, you can get amazing value with it, whether she is alone or within an attack like Hybrid. This oftentimes is going to be used with the Hog Puppets for great damage and sustainability. And hopefully this helps you on which hero equipment you would like to use and how. Be sure to check out my V5 tier list when it comes out for hero equipment, as we have a new epic coming, while there also have been some changes in the meta, enough so that other equipment are seeing use. But in the meantime, YouTube's actually recommending that you watch this video right here.